Just north of Stanley Park, a new club less than a season old has started its promotion run. City of Liverpool FC is a newly formed club in its debut season in the first division of the North West Counties League, also known as the Hallmark Securities League, in the 10th level of English football. This is a supporter-owned football club, meaning no conglomeration owns it and almost anyone can buy their own voting share. The people are the one that drive the club, not boards or billionaires. The club was created for the Liverpool City region and is dedicated to grassroots football in and around the city itself. I'll use their own words straight from the COLFC website. Football has a long and illustrious history in Liverpool, not just with its two major professional clubs, but also with early pioneers, individual players, school football, and amateur football. The Liverpool City region produces more amateur footballers, more semi-professional footballers, and more professional footballers per head than any other British city. It is entirely accurate to say that Liverpool is a hotbed of football. It is equally as accurate to say that football in Liverpool does not just exist once a week at Goodison Park or Anfield, nor is it just a televisual sports entertainment pursuit. Football in Liverpool exists on a daily basis in school playgrounds, in parks, in five-a-side centers, sports centers, on the streets, in futsal leagues, in workplaces, in pubs and social clubs, and in every neighborhood across the city. However, amid all this footballing activity and enthusiasm, a gap in the city's footballing infrastructure is all too apparent. There is no senior non-league team playing within or representing the city. All of the outer boroughs are well represented. Knowsley, Sefton, Wirral, St. Helens, and Halton all have non-league clubs, but not Liverpool. City of Liverpool Football Club will change that. We seek to be an inclusive footballing expression of our city region identity, community-owned and operated, and providing a foundation for grassroots football to thrive and grow. The idea for COLFC came in as early as 2009, but officially didn't start until October 2014 when Paul Manning, Peter Firmage, Martin Jones, Kevin Moreland, and Nicky Alt sat down together. It started with an idea that the big clubs were leaving the working class behind. They were disenchanted with how the common man were being treated and how the Premier League money dictated every aspect of the sport. They wanted to create a team for themselves. One built from true Scouse pride. One to embrace their culture and their values. One that can give back to its own community. The club is built to be a true representation of the city. In 2015, the club applied to become part of the Northwest Counties Football League in the 9th and 10th levels of English football. However, the FA rejected the application to join and were instead placed in the Liverpool County Premier League. But after an appeal, they won the right to join the NWCFL for the 2016-2017 season First Division. That makes this their debut season. And on July 9th, 2016, at 2:30 p.m., their first game was played, winning 3-2 against Prestatyn Town. So why am I using this team specifically? Why not AFC Liverpool, a team built from other supporters like myself of the Liverpool Football Club? Well, a while back, in 2015, I found a video from Spencer FC talking about the days Real Oviedo became a supporter-owned football club and how he bought a share in the club. His video and the idea of buying stake in an actual football team intrigued me, and I set out to find a team of my own. You all know that I'm a huge supporter of Liverpool FC, so when I found a team in Anfield's own backyard calling themselves City of Liverpool FC, and were looking for supporters to buy in, I was in heaven. This is a team that did not even have a first team at this stage. AFC Liverpool had already been created several years before. This was a chance to get in at the ground level. And while there are other supporter-owned teams in Liverpool, many of them representing specific districts within the area, none represented the city itself. So the City of Liverpool is where I focused all of my attention. At the time, the club had not opened its treasury to future stakeholders, so I followed them on social media and continued to learn more. And I was impressed at every step of the way learning how they plan to become a full-fledged football club. However, once the team officially did open its proverbial doors, a rather large problem arose for me. While you probably also know, I am not based in the UK and instead here in the good old US of A. With that, the UK CBS rules do not allow for international supporters to hold a voting share in the club itself. We can become international supporters but not official stakeholders. So while that dream faded quickly, I still kept a strong interest in this team. A true non-league team based in the area I have grown to love, how could I turn my back? So I continued to follow their progress as best as I could. As we move into 2016 and my YouTube channel was born, I knew once Football Manager came out, I wanted to try out a COLFC save. One last thing to note, I have no affiliation with this club beyond a strong admiration for what they are doing. While I know some people at the club, COLFC are not sponsoring any of my content and are not influencing any of my decisions to do this save as well as anything within this save. Everything you see here is my own. Honestly, I have no clue how long the series will last. Could be a week, could be a season, could be 20 seasons. But I just wanted to try something new and see how it went. My football manager quote-unquote career is typically Liverpool, Roma, and maybe another top-level team somewhere within Europe. I have never done a career lower than the first tier. So this is completely brand new to me. I'll have to figure out the tactics, the finances, the players, the club, everything. I'm excited and nervous all at the same time, especially since I actually know people at COLFC and do not want to let them down, as I'm incredibly excited at how they have started in their debut season in real life. In the next episode, I'll go through the club, the staff, and the team, but I do want to mention a few items of note. This is a database I found online. It's a huge 22-level English football database, and from my understanding is the only download that has COLFC within it. I have also updated the database a little within the pre-game editor by putting in the actual club committee members, as well as some of the staff currently at the club. If they are listed on the club's website, they should be listed in the game in one capacity or another. Paul Manning, Peter Firmage, Peter Manning, Gary Johansson, Ian Pickstock, and Paul Squires all have high-end roles within the club. As for the staff, Simon Burton is the first ever manager for COLFC, and since I was basically taking his job, I made sure to bump his role up to a director. I have also added to the save COLFC's actual assistant manager Tom Spirit, first team coach Phil McDiarmid, and club physio Lucy Orme. Apologies for any mispronunciations. One thing to note, the true players are not in this save, as it would have taken me too long to not only get their names into the game, but also to get their ratings anywhere close to what they are right now. The last thing I want to do is put a real player into the game only for him to be horrific in stats, and then me scream and shout as to why he's not doing his job. So I have chosen to go with fake players the game has set up. And lastly, in the next episode as we get into the FM play, you will notice in the upper right hand corner that I have the game editor enabled. As I mentioned, I created the current staff within the pre-game editor, but the stats were not correct in the game itself, and I could not figure out what was going on. So instead of trying to fix things in the pre-game editor and going through the lengthy load process of starting a new game each time, I bought the in-game editor and decided to edit things that way. No player ratings were changed, no money was given, nothing else was updated. So the editor has been used solely to create the staff in the game and fix the problems I was having. The in-game editor will not be used again unless someone wants a name changed or something along those lines. So if you want to see the real players' names in, even though their stats won't be what they probably are in real life, just leave me a comment below. Since this episode is already long enough, I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, I will cover the staff, the players, and the tactics I will try using to begin with. And depending on the length of that episode, maybe we can get into our first match. But before I leave, I just want to say to all of COLFC, and especially those that have helped me start this series out, I thank you greatly. Please, if you have made it this far in the video, check out the City of Liverpool FC website, friend them on Facebook, and follow them on Twitter to get more information. Anyway, I can't wait to get the series underway, so let me wrap this up and get on to the next part. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you'd like to see here from this series. Any and all advice is more than welcome. So with that, take care and enjoy.